Greetings and welcome to the Monday Morning Vodkast podcast. Do you want to see something gross? No, seriously, you want to see something gross? Check this out. Be ready. That's the shit that forms around my desk, around the things here. Now play the music, Frank. And let it end. How you Billy Bumblers doing out there today? If you were to walk into my office, one thing you would find is an office just filled with these notes. I'm terrible at like keeping an organized set of notes. Like Frank, who does the music, he gives me the notes for editing for High from Space, and they're just so laid out nice. And I look at my notes and I'm like, I mean, it's not even all in the same direction. And it's on the back of a pyroclastic dragon. It was supposed to be in Cave 3, guys, but we stopped playing D&D. So let's take a look at this note today. Now, one of the subject matters I wanted to talk about, and I think I've talked about it before, was the value of a second. But then I went to the bathroom, and I came out, and I had a better thing I wanted to talk about. But I'm scatterbrained these days. If I leave a room, if I don't write something down somewhere that I know I'm going to see it, I will forget it. My short-term memory is like my short-term memory is like, you get what I'm saying? And therein lies the value of a second. 1 second. 1 second it took me to see something else, distracted me fast enough that I have no idea what I wanted to talk about. I feel like I'm low. Am I low? It was just like one of those mornings where I was like, let's get in there and do it. Let's do something. Let's roll up our sleeves and get something done. Okay. First note, episode 1 and 2 are completely done. Pretty exciting. Schleg, German, hairstylist, dick in or dick out, apple pie. This is turning out to be some real magic here, isn't it, folks? You know what would be a better story for me to tell you right now is the story of this dragon. And the story of the adventurers of old, or well, kind of in the middle, not really old. I've run D&D, since I was about 16 years old, maybe 17. And in that time, I've developed my own world. It's called Athalia. There's a tour of Athalia. Here, there you go. You want to see the tour? It's pretty nerdy. I don't even think I've shared it before. Anywho, that's my world in a nutshell. And the last game I was playing with my friends Jim and Chris and Katie, and I started getting to crafting. I might have a craft video to share with you right there. But in the last game, I had started crafting, stuff for miniatures in the world of D&D because I've always visualized my whole life. I had miniatures growing up just to do some basic stuff with, but I stumbled across this guy's channel. I'll put a link if I remember, which I probably, I better write it down. Speaking of notes. And this is why I have notes on everything everywhere, because just things pop into my head and I have to write them down. Because they're interesting and I want to do something with those ideas, or because I'll forget. Okay, so this is one of these. This is a pyroclastic dragon. I was looking for something lava related. So the last group of people I was playing with, at one point had to travel to Ghana, which is one of the planes of the hells, one of the lower planes. I can't remember the I don't know if it's one of the 9 hells or not. I believe it's one of the 9 layers of the hells, the D&D hells, the hell that awaits us all. And they'd come across this rock formation that they had to climb. And they had their trouble getting up, first and foremost, and then they get to the top, and there were these caves. They had to search these caves. They were looking for one specific individual or an item. I don't give a fuck. I can't remember what the hell it was. But in one of those caves was going to be a pyroclastic dragon, which I honestly didn't know if they'd be able to fight or not. D&D is one of those things where I am a terrible DM in the sense that I don't like to see characters die when their story hasn't played out. Like, if their story's played out and it's time for them to go, that's fine, but I've never been a good one for killing off player characters, and I'm sorry if that isn't the way that someone likes to play. I understand, because that threat of dying is always there, but I mean, whenever I've made a character, I have a story, a goal in mind for that character. He's got a path that he's going to be on. Oh, hey there, I didn't see you there. I've been doing the Vodkast podcast for now 86 episodes, which is kind of interesting. Like in the beginning, I was just using numbering to keep track of which one I was working on or whatever. And now we've gotten to the point where, 100 is in sight. Like if the Vodcast podcast goes on to have more episodes than the Road to 40, wouldn't that be interesting? Well, it probably will. I mean, because this isn't a road. There's no end to this until it's the end of me or I decide to stop doing it. What was I just talking about? It's funny. I started getting ready for this at about 7:35 this morning. My wife left for work, and I was just like, you know what? My plan was originally to come in here and check Frank's notes so that I could start editing, but they're not there, Frank. So what am I supposed to do? I do a vodcast, all because of you. So everybody can thank Frank today because this episode wouldn't have existed if his notes were just waiting for me. Nice one. Nice one. Iguana. I wanna bite your neck. Ivana, Ivanowski, get in here. What are you guys doing? I always feel like I'm hiding behind this microphone. Things to talk about. Okay, I can't. Here I am. Here, look at this. Okay. Share your. What do you think they're sharing here? I feel like this is picture pages. What do you think these two individuals are sharing? Because it gets cut off. I'm sure I could find out, but now I don't want to find out. I've seen enough of that. I think that they're sharing a moment before death. I think there's an asteroid plummeting to Earth. If you were to flip that camera around, you'd see it coming right at them. And they actually are standing on the location. They didn't know this, that the asteroid was going to land and kill both of them. It's kind of a beautiful story, though. I'll tell you it someday. I don't have time right now. In that last picture, what? Chickens, the American flag, and guns. Maybe that's stuff you should avoid? Oh, it's probably like a vegan, a political thing, and then, gun right thing. I want to get some guns. I want to shoot the shit. I just want to go out in my woods and just fucking... Who's the guy? What's his name? I'm going to keep doing this until somebody tells me. Yosemite Sam. That's it. He's a hog wild. Yeah, that dude was all nose and mustache. He really was. He got some brows, too. I wonder if he's got a face. When I woke up this morning, I wasn't planning on seeing a picture of Yosemite Sam wearing a pale blue suit and hat to match in the bowels of hell. But here we are. And if you like looking at gross things as much as I love filming these episodes of the Vodcast podcast, then you should consider liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, and hit the little bell icon. It'll let you know every time I put out a new video. Don't forget to make somebody smile today and take care of each other out there. I'm Jason Oliver, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode of the Vodcast podcast. Take care, and boy howdy.